It's been 88 days since I have taken a camper in RV transport. I've got Mr. Ryder here with me. He is my co-pilot today. I'm over here at Synergy. I'm going to be grabbing my camper over in the Topeka yard, and we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Hey guys, I'm over here in the really only row of the Topeka yard that there's any campers at all. This is much different than when I was last here. There was definitely some more, not the entire yard, but just very noticeable that they're really not bluffing on the load board. There's really not that many loads going on at all. And literally there's just, I don't know, 10 trailers here total in the Topeka yard, and very eye-opening with just nothing. Literally looks like over there just a couple multi-hull loads, 2 or 3 rows of 2 or 3, and man, the impact that this industry has taken from just a lot of shenanigans all the way around, seemingly, from the manufacturer, dealerships, the economy, interest rates, you name it. I mean, they all work together for good or for not good. So I did ask Darren over at Synergy. I said, hey, how many drivers do we actually have at Synergy right now? He said, well, we were up to about 1,200. And now we have about 700. So we, almost lost about half. A deep percentage and a lot of drivers. Ultimately, there's not enough loads to sustain 1,200 people. Whether the individual driver said, hey, I'm out, or Synergy said, hey, we can't sustain this many drivers with the insurance, with not having enough loads actually going out. I did also say, hey, I think I was close to 90 days. How did that really look? Like I said, 88 days. I was 2 days away from 90 days. Normally the policy is 1 a month. So with this downward time, what is it what is it really at now? And he had said, well, we're about 90 days. We're not trying to be mean about it, but we've got to have, if you're going to be rolling with us, you've got to be active enough, roughly 1 every 90 days. So that's temporarily where they're at. I'm assuming most transport companies are close to that at this point, with just trying to have a healthy balance. I mean, they can't have a crazy insurance bill when there's no campers being pulled, or next to none, and to have a boatload of drivers on the policy. They have to pay for insurance too. Where's the money going to come from? So I get it, and I understand most companies are probably hurting because the insurance rates are probably even higher for us and for them. So interesting stuff here. If you have other options to make money, I would just encourage you, don't close the doors on those options. It does not hurt to leave the door open when you might need to, when you're in a pinch. I was expecting not getting a load, honestly, until probably the first of the year, or probably later, because normally we would have the shutdown for Christmas, New Year's, and then we normally wouldn't start seeing loads until about January 10th, 15th, somewhere in there is usually when I would start seeing, unless you were just absolutely spamming the actual refresh button on the load board, you're just not going to see much of anything. So yeah, it's definitely a new year, and unlike any other year I've seen. Let me know down in the comments below if you've seen levels like this before. I've been here for over 6 years now. Nothing has been like the last 2 years, or the last year. Just very sporadic of a situation, just in general, with the economy, with this industry, everything going on. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'm gonna be going to Jacksonville. When I first got the load, I was like, oh yeah, Jacksonville. Oh, my first thought when I hear Jacksonville is Jacksonville, Florida. My uncle lives there. So I was thinking, oh cool, I'll be able to chat with him and maybe visit with him possibly. Oh, Jacksonville, Illinois, not Florida. So anyways, yep, gonna get out of here in the Topeka yard, and we're going to get on the road. This is Friday, so I'm going to be simply just going home today. I'll be dropping this off early Monday morning so that I can get back in time for any potential dumpsters, or maybe even another load. Who knows? It's definitely possible I could get a second load. I'm not holding my breath, but this is a nice little skip in the routine that I've been at with just not having any loads and depending on different streams of income that are much smaller and not as prevalent in my day-to-day. So let's go ahead and hit the road. All right, so we have officially made it home. It's Friday night. I'll be dropping off this camper on Monday morning. I'm excited about it. First camper in a long time. Kara, my wife, she actually came outside. She helped me get it back in here. And she actually she just went and hugged the trailer. She literally just said, hey, this trailer means money. We're bringing in money. So I couldn't agree with her more. That's exactly what it means. Very grateful for it. And yeah, this will be a nice little starter run. It's been a while since I've had anything at all. So I will catch you on Monday morning. Good Monday morning to you. I am ready to roll. Pre-trip is done. We have enough fuel to get there. I do plan on getting some crazy fuel discounts compared to what I have been getting with my dumpster business more locally here. I think there's a place in Illinois, it's like $3.43 or something a gallon, compared to what I've been paying closer to $5 with not too much of a discount as far as my dumpster business goes. I am thrilled. I could not be more happy about that. I'm grateful the truck is still rolling. I got, what is it, 697,000 miles on the truck right now. This little travel trailer shouldn't be too big of a deal today. I believe I'm just over 3 hours away. So from home, should be about a 6.5 hour, maybe more, closer to 7 hour trip as far as drive time goes. So I may even be able to beat Kara home in time for dinner or something. But yeah, I'm grateful for this shorter run to get back into the swing of things. Also just to get a feel for long-term driving out on the road with my truck, to get a feel for that. If I hear anything or see anything or anything like that. But when I did my pre-trip this morning, everything was fine, so we should be in business. Alright, so not too far away, we stopped over here in Illinois, just after the border on 74, and we are getting diesel for $3.43 a gallon. I'm thrilled. I have only been buying diesel for my dumpster rental business at like $5+. Closer to like $5.60 a gallon, $5.70 a gallon. So the retail price is $4.99, and I'm about to get $1.56 off for fuel savings. So I would almost like to just put everything I got into it, but I do need to make some profit from this load for sure. So I'm going to fill up enough to get the rest of the way there. I've got about a little over a quarter tank of diesel. I'll get the rest of the way there, and then get enough to be able to go all the way home and have a little bit extra. So to be able to go back up to Goshen and come back to Lafayette. So anyways, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get some fuel. 30 minutes left, 30 miles roughly, to get to the dealership. But something that just kind of popped in my mind as I'm driving down the road, something that I take for granted, is I just literally flip a switch with my auxiliary tank, and I don't have to stop for fuel. If at all possible, I do try to only put fuel in my auxiliary tank, even if I do need fuel in my main tank. If I'm gonna even fill up all the way, if I wanted to put all 150 gallons into my auxiliary in my main tank, I try to run it only through the auxiliary tank for the express purpose of having that extra filtration. Any extra filtering that can go through that fuel, or the fuel that the fuel can go through, that's something that I really like. And so as you saw a little bit ago, I was simply filling the fuel up in my auxiliary and not my main tank, and I just hit the switch, and I'm already almost up to the full mark, and I cut it off a little bit before that just to be safe. But that is definitely something that as I haven't been taking loads for the last basically 3 months with my other business, I've just been filling up regular amounts of fuel, since the price of fuel could vary depending on where I'm at around town. And so I've tried to just not buy as much fuel as I normally would in RV transport, and because of that, I have to fill up every time I'm putting fuel in the regular main tank. I'm not flipping a switch, it's just the main tank that I fill up, unlike how I would normally do it in RV transport. It's just been really nice to see the gauge go up as I'm just simply going down the road. That's something that I just haven't been able to experience for some time now, while I've been home not going out on the road in RV transport. So it probably would still be a good thing for me to, when I am home, to put fuel through the auxiliary tank, even if it's less than my main tank would hold. But yeah, this is definitely something that I had taken for granted before, because it's very noticeable with the amount of driving I even had to do locally more recently. I've been at the gas station, at the truck stop, a number of times, and man, it's just really nice to be able to hit that switch. If you do not already have an auxiliary fuel tank in your truck, you're really missing out on, yes, fuel savings, but also just time. What a convenience a auxiliary fuel tank can be. And I guess also with that, if you are stopping and taking more time to fill up more often, that means your truck's probably going to be idling. You're probably going to stop in, and maybe you might not have bought extra food or extra this or that or whatever if you hadn't have made that stop. So who knows what the indirect cost of simply not having a auxiliary fuel tank in your truck, a part of your system. So I'm going to keep on headed to the dealership here. I'm supposed to go to the second entrance and wait there for them to come out, and we'll get it going. Well, we can just hardly stand it here. I got here, got the paperwork turned in. The guy came immediately out. He's checking in right now. And I will just say this, this new unit has a different type of locking mechanism for the water heater system. So I much prefer this latch, how it's built. I'll show that to you in just a minute, but small little trailer, should be pretty quick to go through. He's walking through it. I'll get unhooked and hopefully get out of here soon. So I may just be fascinated by simple small things, but if you remember, if you've been in RV transport and seen these water heaters before, Up here would normally be where it's at, and you would just kind of turn it, twist it, and then you'd be able to let this whole thing fold down. Well, now it's just a little door, little locking mechanism right on this side off of a spring. For whatever reason, I think that's really cool. At least I'm sure there's pitfalls to it at some point, but pretty handy for going down the road. These things, I've had them fold, flop down, be just kind of running around, you know, flapping around in the breeze going down the highway. So that's a little sketchy, but being able to have this door, I think that's just pretty awesome. And not having to make sure this thing's not going to be flapping in the breeze going down. And the best part of a delivery is when you sign the paperwork. If the pen works, which it's not on this one, when the pen works and you're able to sign your paperwork and get paid. Gotta love it. No wash fee, no tolls. It's just a beautiful thing. So let's go ahead and get this submitted here. It's 1:30 Illinois time, Central Time, and it'll be 2:30 here Eastern Time, and we will get paid today. Pumped about it. Love it. Love to see it. All right, guys, and with that, we are out of here. Hopefully you're having a great day today. Hopefully you're getting a load soon. If you're not already on one, be safe out there and have a good one, guys. God bless.